Here's a question that's been rattling around my head lately. What would today look like if I were taking care of my human? And not just anyone, me. If I were responsible for my own care the way I am for other people, how would I show up? It's funny how natural it is to go all out for the people we love. You don't even think about it. Your friends call crying. You're in the car. Your siblings overwhelmed. You're grabbing dinner for them before they ask. Your kids had a long day. You're making their favorite snack, queuing up a movie, adjusting the pillows so they're just right. No questions, no second guessing. You show up. But when it's you, when you're tired, stressed, discouraged, you're supposed to push through. Get over it. Don't slow down. Don't make excuses. Don't be dramatic. We don't mean to treat ourselves like an afterthought, but we do. Every time we skip meals, minimize our emotions, laugh off burnout, or wear the word tired like it's some noble badge, we do it again. So what if we flipped it? What if I looked at myself the way I'd look at someone I care about? If I were taking care of my human, I wouldn't let them start the day buried under pressure. No piling on all the things they haven't done yet. No grabbing their phone first thing to check emails and reminders and everyone else's problems. I would start the day with space. A little time to stretch, a minute to breathe before the world barges in. I would pack them breakfast too, something real, not just caffeine and pretending they're full. If they were overwhelmed, I wouldn't say, try harder. I would say, let's break this into smaller steps. I'd give them permission to be tired, permission to be human, and if they messed up, dropped the ball, lost their temper, didn't finish what they meant to, I wouldn't drag them for it. I wouldn't replay it on a loop. I'd remind them they're still good. They're still growing, still wanted at the table. Because that's what we do for others. That's who we are when someone else needs us. And here's the point that really gets me. When you show up for yourself, you're not doing it instead of others. You're doing it so you can keep showing up for others. You're not selfish for resting. You're not weak for needing support. You're just human. And humans wear out. The people in your life, your family, your friends, your community, they benefit when you're steady, when you're nourished, when you're functioning from a place of care, not constant depletion. You want to be able to say yes when someone calls in need, then you have to learn how to say yes to yourself sometimes too. Not in an indulgent way, not in a treat yourself, spend $300 on things you don't need way. I'm talking about basic, sustainable kindness. I'm talking about holding space for yourself the way you hold space for everyone else. It doesn't mean you ignore other people, it just means you're included in the group of people you take care of. When your friends call you crying, you show up. When you want to cry, let yourself. When your kid's having a rough day, you make their world a little softer. When you are, you can do the same. If your friend said, I feel like I'm failing, you wouldn't agree with them, so don't do it to yourself. If I were taking care of my human, I would make sure they moved a little today. Not because of calories or punishment or shame, but because movement is joy. Movement is medicine. A walk outside, 10 minutes with music on, just enough to remind them they're still alive in their body. I'd make sure they got some sunlight. I'd let them take a nap without guilt. I'd give them a playlist of songs that make them remember who they are. I would write a sticky note that says, you're not too much. And maybe another one that says, you don't have to figure everything out today. If you're listening to this and thinking, yeah, I don't have time for all that. I get it. You've got people to care for. Deadlines, dishes, dogs, diapers, maybe all at once. But I'm not talking about adding more to your life. I'm talking about shifting the way you talk to yourself in the life you already have. It's less about doing more and more about doing gently. How you eat, how you rest, how you recover from hard times. If you treated yourself like someone worth protecting, someone worth tending to, even in little ways, what would change? And you know what's wild? If someone else treated you the way that you sometimes treat yourself, you would probably cut them off. No questions. If someone constantly ignored your needs, told you your emotions were inconvenient, pushed you to exhaustion, and then called you lazy for not doing more, you would walk away. But when that voice comes from inside, we just accept it. So maybe today's the day to start asking, if I were taking care of my human, what would I do? Would I push through or would I pause? Would I criticize or would I comfort? Would I expect perfection or would I offer patience? Because that human, that messy, trying their best, kind-hearted human is you, and you're worth taking care of.